no threat. The mama's boy who's gonna break down mentally ain't no threat. The only one that's a threat really is Tank. So why not face him right now? Just like Canelo faced Floyd Mayweather. If you lose, you don't lose nothing. Your value go up and you live to fight another day. If you win, you gain the world. So it's a win-win for you regardless. And you going home with some M's. So it's not a weakness. And Tank is just, I feel, it's just time. It's time. He say he's the best. He haven't fought nobody on fair ground. Like either they was dehydrated, they was bigger but dehydrated, or they was smaller and moved up.
Or they picked, because this ain't handpicked right here.
Yeah, I had to go to the courts. I had to really hire lawyers because they was violating the Ali Act, all of them. And that's why I emphasize to these young boxers to know the laws. And so hired attorneys, went to federal court, and all that got overturned, all that negotiating with Pitbull. And no, within 9 months of a person winning the title from the WBA, they got to fight their mandatory. Yeah. We've been this mandatory for a year. Like, come on, you done fought Roach, done moved him up over us. Y'all done gave Lucas Body a title eliminator. So it's like, yo, y'all just really gonna jump right past us like we not sitting here with 2 WBA titles. So that's why I had to push the issue, and it worked.
What's your instinct saying? That he accept the order, or will he drop his belt? What your instinct tells you?
You know, I've been telling you from day one, Tank ain't getting in that ring with Kid Austin. Tank said out of his own mouth, I would never get in the ring with that kid. All we saying is give us our belt. You up here making plans at 140. What the hell you holding the belt for? Like, we haven't fought in a year because you're in recess and you get the belt back. And it's like, come on, you holding up us, Lucas Body, Gary Russell, everybody in line. Because he wanted to be a diva and just hold the belt. If you planning to fight at 140, what the hell you got the belt for?
There is I know because of the way that he performed versus Lamar Roach, there's people that feel like he lost that fight. The Pitbull Cruz fight, he challenged Gervonta Tank Davis, so people will want to see. These are potential fights, so I know that there could be potential options for him in which he could like dodge this order, duck y'all, and go after them, and then people will feel like
he can't dodge nothing. It's a federal law. You can't dodge nothing. You either gonna fight us or vacate that belt.
That's what I'm saying. That he will vacate the belt so he could and go after the other options.
Do that. It don't bother us which way Tank go with it. The bottom line is it's illegal for a champion to hold up the whole line. That's illegal. It's a violation of the Ali Act for sanctioning body to allow that to happen. That's why the Ali Act is in place.
But I think the people should push for this fight better because you're young, you're strong, the athleticism, the momentum y'all have, and knocking out Tevin Farmer in the first round. And Tevin Farmer and Gervonta Tank Davis used to go back at it back in the days as well. So I think the momentum that your son got, the youth, the promising, the hype as well, with a Gervonta Tank Davis comeback, I think that would be a great matchup. I think that's the best matchup to make for Gervonta Tank Davis at 135.
I'm saying the same damn thing. Gervonta, pardon me, Gervonta need a tune-up, so they say. Floyd haven't fought in a year. Gervonta haven't fought in a year and a half. They say Floyd don't have the IQ, and we all know Floyd ain't in his prime yet. He's still a kid. He don't even got the frontal cortex developed, the pathological thinking. So I'm trying to give Tank a chance. And I always said that. He won't step in the ring, but I'm trying to give him a chance. He ain't beating no 25-year-old Floyd, no 26-year-old Floyd with his grown man strength. If Floyd knocking out grown men now, easy. Imagine him when he have his grown man strength. So I'm trying to give them a chance, putting them in the ring. But these dudes been in camps with Floyd. They're not going to get in that ring. They're not dumb. That's why the shit happened in Saudi Arabia. Because people didn't want us to make it in that ring. So they felt they had to poison with the drugs they poisoned and tried to kill him because they didn't want him in that ring. But we here now. That's our belt. We here now.
Yeah, I like that fight. I like that fight because even it's just a matchup as well. It's not just the names, but it's the matchup. It's the stylistic fight. You know what I'm saying?
I told everybody.
What round?
I can't call around, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be like Sonny Liston and Ali. I believe
Back and forth.
they're gonna quit in the corner because he's gonna take too many punches. Kid hit too hard, too fast, too many angles, and Kid has a very high IQ. That's why they was hiring Kid to get them ready for their title fights. So now the world gonna see this guy that all of them seen in the ring. And I love it. But I say it's a 50-50 fight only because if I say Floyd is just gonna wash Tank, people gonna think I'm crazy. But when I said he was gonna wash Tevin, people thought I was crazy.
True. Especially Tevin Farmer coming out those performances versus William Cepeda, you know, where a lot of people held William Cepeda in high regards, and a lot of people felt that he did beat William Cepeda in the first fight, you know, so nobody was giving you a chance. What you was predicting was going to happen, and you supersede everybody's expectations in that performance.
And exactly like I said, we're gonna come up here and fight Tank. Remember, you was here from the beginning, from the Bill Haney argument, and I called all of this how it was gonna happen. And now we here. I said Tank ain't gonna get in the ring. So if Tank don't get in the ring, it just proves exactly what I said. Tank is scared of Kid and won't get in that ring with Kid.
Now we've heard the term duck in so many situations, but the real duck is this: when you're ordered to duck and mandated to fight somebody, and you drop your belt. That is a duck.
When somebody got to go to the law to get you to do as a champion supposed to do, that's a duck. And then the fact that people, even if they don't think Kid got a chance, to condone this type of behavior from a champion. Like, yo, you really not going to fight your mandatories? Then why are you champion? If you got things to do where you don't want to fight and be champion, move over and let the boxing world still continue, you know? So it is what it is. I can't see why people allow that, though. They sitting there acting, oh, no, like Kid don't deserve a shot, man. We've been a champion for a year and a half with 2 WBA belts, defending them for a year and a half. So it's like, come on, this Kid earned that shot. And anybody who say Kid don't deserve it, they crazy.
Yeah, I think he deserves it. He deserves it. He's been in position. So even if people feel like, oh, they don't like Kid or whatever, they don't like you, or they just haters, in the end of the day, on the books, written, you guys all the mandatory challenge, and they already order it. So it's time for Gervonta Tank Davis to make that decision by what, June 22nd?
June 22nd, he either got to make that decision to fight us or vacate. One or the other. And I'm going to have a countdown every day. We all gonna stay tuned because I'm telling you, either way, we cool. Either way, we good. People say we chasing for the money. We making the money anyway, whether it's him, Lucas, Body, Gary, any of them, we making M's. So it's like...
And if it go to purse bid, man, that's going to be one hell of a bid.
Like another 4 million. So it's like, and that's not even, hopefully it don't go to purse bid because you want to eat off the back end. You want some of that pay-per-view money, some of that licensing money, but it is what it is. Either way, you touch your M's. Floyd won before he even stepped in the ring. All he got to do is make it into that ring. He won.
And I think, to be honest, I think it should be an easy fight to make now that we see Golden Boy Promotions working with PBC. We've seen the David Benavidez versus Sulda Ramirez. That worked out. We've seen the Canelo versus Jaime Munguia. So, and Oscar De La Hoya did say that he's in good terms with PBC and Lou de Cuba. So I think that this is a easy fight to make right now, that it doesn't have to go to purse bid and everybody going to be happy with the money they could be making.
Yeah, Tank kind of need this fight to make that big next mega Shakur fight or whatever he need to do. He need to do that type of thing. Pitbull ain't going to fight him. He don't want to risk a Roach who already beat him, so to say. Now he going there a second time and this guy can actually beat him. He don't need that risk after being off a year and a half. So Kid Austin is the only real option that could go pay-per-view and he could make $10 to $15 million Tank off of this and then off the back end. So I don't see why he won't take the fight. But if he don't, everybody, if y'all can't see that's a duck or some form of fear, then y'all crazy. He gonna take that. He gonna turn down $10 to $15 million to fight a kid that's green, that don't even have his grown man strength. Like, it is what it is.
I think this is the first fight. And I'm not even gonna say the Ryan Garcia, because once we heard about the catchway and the rehydration clause, then many people felt that it wasn't even a fair fight. But I think this fight right here is the first fight that Gervonta Tank Davis could have going into the fight, and people like, wow, I think this this is gonna be dangerous. Because people didn't feel like that with Pitbull Cruz, because Pitbull Cruz was a substitute to Rolly Romero getting remember they postponed the fight because of the sexual assault, whatever thing that he was going through. So people didn't believe in Rolly after he performed versus Jackson Martinez. None of and Pedraza was drained and stuff like that. We heard the story out there in Puerto Rico with him that he was way overweight. So I think this is the fight. And Hector Luis Garcia moving up from 130. So this is the fight that I believe that people are gonna go into the fight thinking, yo, this is a dangerous fight for Gervonta Tank Davis. People ain't give Lamar Roach they didn't give him a chance. Everybody was saying he was gonna get knocked out in the third round. But this is the fight that people are gonna be going into the fight saying, yo, this is a dangerous fight. And I do think so. This is a dangerous fight for Gervonta Tank Davis, especially if he's not here mentally. Because he could be there physically, but if he's not there mentally, because for this fight, he got to be there mentally and physically.
Even if he in there mentally, he don't stand a chance. Lamont Roach was 130 and came up. Lamont Roach ain't known for having power like that. Mm-hmm. He ain't taking those punches that from kid that Lamont was landing. He won't be standing, or he'll be buckled, or his face be swelled up. So this is a 50-50 fight for both of them. And it's a good fight at this moment in time. Tank need this type of fight, unless he going across the street with Turkey in him. I mean, that's the only other place he's really going to make that type of money. So if he don't take it, he ducking us. And it is what it is.
What do you think is his best attributes, though? I mean, you could say, in the game plan, you can't say the weakness, but what do you think is Tank Davis' best attribute?
Tank got a lot of good attributes. Number one, his heart. His nuts, he's a gorilla in there. His straight left, he got an amazing straight left that he used like if it's a jab from his switching stance. This is two switch fighters. This is the first time it's two experienced switch fighters fighting each other. So the chessboard now is a whole different ball game. So Tank kind of met me in his match, as far as that go. So it's like Tank got a lot of attributes. He could take punches. He could take a punch. He could go to 3 zone real low and come up with power using his legs explosively. So you got to remember, I've been watching Tank since he was a kid. I watched him when him and Elijah sparred each other. I watched him when he knocked out Cam. I watched him and Tank when sparring Sean Porter, because we was in the camp as the small partners for Sean Porter. I seen them sparring Russians from Warriors boxing thing at Adrian Broner camp. So this ain't nothing new to me watching a Tank.
And I heard that Tank was putting it on Porter.
Tank could put it on everybody, in a sense. Every man could. But the thing is, Tank got flaws too. I seen his strengths, but I also seen his weaknesses. So it's a good thing. I want to go against Calvin Ford and them, because to me, as a strategist for my son, to go against their brilliant 2 or 3 minds in the corner against my one, it's going to be really good. And I get to show my greatness as a strategist in boxing. And that's the thumbs up to my dad, who taught me how to be a coach and taught me this game. So this is going to be a good battle. If he take the fight, the fans going to win. And I guarantee you it would be a trilogy. I guarantee you. Because taking a rematch clause, and in the second fight, it will be a little better for Tank. He'll be a little warmed up, and they might rob us on the scorecards. Yeah. And we'll go to the third fight.
I think the styles is a great matchup, and I think that one of the things that I do that people don't give Tank credit is his IQ. So it's good that you said that, because a lot of people don't even mention about his IQ, and I said that earlier on. And one of the things about Tank, he don't waste punches. They got him, as the most accurate power puncher in boxing. He's accurate. He don't waste punches. He don't waste movement. He's a very, very smart fighter. And I think that's what people really don't talk about, because probably his explosiveness overshadows. It's almost like Mike Tyson. People never credit his defenses, the way he slipped punches, because he's so offensively sound. But the way that he got into the inside was because of his peekaboo style, slipping punches. We never seen Mike Tyson really get caught with punches, even in his prime, and people never credit his defense. So I think a lot of people never credit Gervonta Tank Davis' IQ as well.
They got the same style. They both were switch fighters. Mike Tyson was a switch fighter too. They'll square their body up so they could get their backhand there faster. But remember, every style have a counter style. And if the person doing that style wrong, that counter style gonna expose that. We know Tank flaws. We know Tank. We know Tank like the back of our hand. It's gonna be a good fight, but I'm guaranteeing you can't gonna stop Tank.
Who could you got any names that you would have to bring into spar to help y'all spar in the training camp for Gervonta Tank Davis?
Gervonta ain't as hard as y'all think he is. Not to us, because we know the style. One thing about boxing is you're supposed to take away the person's strengths and their weaknesses. We know his strengths. Kid got the ability to take away his strengths, and we know his weaknesses.
You know what's going on is that look what happened yesterday. Is that the boxing world may think that something should be easy, and then we see Alexander Usyk versus Rico, a kickboxer that never really laced up. The pair of never been in a sweet science fight with the elite, a guy that's arguably the best technician, pound for pound, #1 in the world. So it's like you could be the smartest, you could be a pundit, you could be studying boxing 24/7, and you'd be like, Alexander Usyk, or this person is going to be this person. But then we see that it's like this is one thing about in the sport of boxing, we just don't know what to expect. We don't know when somebody's going to show up.
Corruption. I mean, if people can't see with their own eyes, when corruption happens, corruption is corruption. I mean, if a person, the whole job of a ref is to protect the fighter when he can't protect himself. If the fighter is still slipping and protecting himself, why are you in there stopping it?
Now he stopped it after the bell.
And this guy is up on all cards. He didn't go, he's not in trouble. So then you got to look like, what's behind the scenes? Something ain't right. But like you said, it's boxing. You can't leave it to no judges. You got to go in there every round to hurt that person and knock them out. If you got to damn near kill them in that ring, because they coming in there to kill you. It's a fact. This ain't no sport. This ain't basketball. Somebody is going to put you in a coma. They're going to kill you. So we don't take this Tank fight lightly. But I think my boy is going to hurt Tank.
You got the confidence that he's gonna knock out Tank, but do you also feel like that he has to knock him out, knowing what happened with Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamar Roach, and what the New York State Athletic Commission, they review what we all saw and still kept it the same, that we all just seen that this politics are corrupted in the sport of boxing. Do you feel that that's the only way that your son could win this fight versus Gervonta Tank Davis, knowing what happened to the Lamar Roach situation?
Yeah, we got to totally dust Tank off. We ain't gonna win on the scorecard. If y'all really believe that, we gonna go over there and win on the scorecards. And Tank is in line to make $40 million and all that. If y'all think they're gonna really let us get it on the close scorecard, or even the scorecard where kid is winning, if y'all really believe that, then that's on y'all. For us, we take it like we gotta stop Tank, and we got 12 rounds to do it to stop Tank. And it's that simple. If we don't stop Tank, then it's on us if we don't win.
It's sad and unfortunate, but I think that's the only way that I might have to win. It's knock him out.
Yeah.
Because that's an eye opener right there. And even Tank told Lamar Roach you ain't gonna get it before the fight.
It's crazy. It's crazy how boxing became like that. If the champion's supposed to fight the #1 guy, not a Lamont Roach that came from another division and skipped the whole line, never campaigned and won 135, suddenly skipped the line. So boxing became weird like that. Right now, it ain't about belts no more. We're going to get this belt, but now it's just about entertaining fights and popularity in boxing. If you're not popular, you ain't going to get the money fights. So
I got your eye on Tank. The WBA got your eye on this fight. But if he does neglect to fight his mandatory, who's the next one up? Who's the next one up? I know his body, maybe a potential Gary Russell. Who do y'all really want?
Who we want Tank. Who we want is Tank. But Lucas Body won a title eliminator to fight for the belt. So if Tank don't fight, automatically Lucas Body won the title eliminator. So we fight Lucas Body, unless he do like he did just a couple of months ago, to about I need more time, then it go to Gary Russell. So I know that, and I don't think Gary Russell would duck out of it. I think he'll take the fight. So those are two that's in line if Tank don't take it. But I hope Tank take it. Win, lose, or draw, I think it will be an interesting fight for the fans. And I believe it will be one of those fights they will be watching generations from now of how good it was.
I love the Tank fight. I actually like the Gary Russell fight more than the Body fight. Body is younger, he's more fresher, but I like it because I I I think that Gary Russell's one of the smartest fighters of his generation, and that right there for me, the IQ, we would really know where kid IQ has grown from a Gary Russell fight, in my opinion.
I would like the Gary Russell one. The Body one is a political one. It's just allegedly political one because people, I'm telling you, people lawyer happy. But how he moved up the ranks to come to number 2, how? He didn't compete. He didn't really beat nobody like that. He beat Ashton. Ashton wasn't even ranked up all the way like this for him to even jump up there like that. The only thing that was giving Ashton some pop is because Kid wanted to fight, because Kid was going to fight him. Ashton just had fame because he was a Jake Paul fighter, not what he did. So he wasn't even ranked. So this guy get ranked for knocking out a guy that's not even ranked over here. How? That's political and that's money. So that's just boxing. So I would love to fight Gary Russell because he earned it.
Yeah.
Opposed to somebody who just got people with bigger pockets that could make deals and have you skip the line like that. Because just look at the people who Lucas Body fought, their rankings. How the hell you making in the top 10 fight in 155s? And that same thing that happened with Mason. They gave him a dude that was 155, and that made him move up to number 1 to fight for the title. How? He's number 12, fight number 155, and mathematically don't even add up. But that's just corruption in boxing. People better learn the Ali Act. They better learn it like the back of their hand.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, when you had that interview, that's when I checked out the interview when you was having an interview with Mill City, and that was the part when you said, and I put something in the comment section right when I tuned in. You said about fighters learning the Muhammad Ali Act, how to promote themselves, how to maneuver in this boxing, and I said, yo, I tried telling boxers this and that. All boxers care about is the bonus money. That's all they care about. They read the contract is the bonus. That's all they care about. And they think that, okay, they're signed for 4 years or 4 to 5 years, whatever the standard contract is saying. They think that their ego is up. Oh, don't worry, my contract, and that's when I'm gonna get all this money. But I think that's the problem. Like you could teach them the game, but a lot of fighters have so much ego. They just want that advance or the bonus money, and that's all they read. And boom, then they start crying later about their contract.
Because that's how we was conditioned. They chasing that carrot. Hold on, let me turn this light on real fast.
Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. We got Floyd Schofield, Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield Sr. in the building. The 360, base at the 360.
They chasing that carrot. And that's all that is. They'll chase a bonus, but leave so much money under the table and on the table. Because they blinded by this bonus that they don't really know what's going on. And they leave so much money. These people make so much money off of boxers. Boxers chasing, he got a $5 million fight, but they made $200 million off the fight.
And that's why people can't. They need to stop painting. I don't understand. They need to stop, because I feel like, can you imagine a career of Kid Austin if it wasn't for you? Can you imagine Devin Haney's career if it wasn't for Bill Haney learning the business of boxing and maneuvering the way that he maneuvered his son? Like, they want y'all out, but nah, y'all gotta stay there so y'all sons won't be taken advantage of like a lot of these fighters be taken advantage of. There's one thing about fathers being in their son's corner, but there's also fathers that don't understand the business of boxing as well, that their son is being taken advantage of, but because they don't know the business of boxing, they let others take advantage of their own sons, under their nose.
That's why I'm gonna put together a DVD to teach all his contracts, everything to walk them through, because a lot of them don't know. Dads like me that come from lower income areas, we get to this point, we didn't know.
Documentary, you mean the DVD? Nobody got no DVD.
No, we actually got a movie coming out. After this fight, win, lose, or draw, that's the end of the movie, The Pursuit of Happiness 2. It's the end of the movie. Oh. So like, we really making big moves, a big announcement coming out soon. Floyd made a major deal with a major brand that's gonna have a glove and shoe for him, and also he'd be the face of it. So we're gonna have big things happening. Me and Bill is two different beings, though. Yeah. That's what I don't get. We all both business.
No, but you understand what I'm trying to say in terms of
we businessmen, and we helping our young sons become businessmen and navigate through a land of sharks, of businessmen and lawyers that's there to try to rape them. Remind you, a fighter, they'll get paid their paycheck. A promoter get 25%. A manager get 20%. Uncle Sam get 30%. Not counting all the other people that's taken out, and he didn't even pay his team yet. So if he don't know how to navigate and write all of this stuff off, they'll never make money. And it's designed that way to keep you enslaved. They don't want these brown men walking around making hundreds of millions of dollars. They could do things in communities to uplift communities. Why would we do that? So if people see the bigger picture, they'll learn this boxing business. They'll learn entertainment law. And once they get there, they'll be good.
Shout out to High Low, Mr. Moonshine, the keeper of objectivity in the sport of boxing. Good looking now, High Low.
And people click. Isn't it they supposed to click and like and subscribe and shit like that?
Of course, they know the drill. They know the drill. They should know the drill. They should know the drill. But yo, boxing, the spectacles in boxing is alive and well. The business of boxing is alive and well.
We made it, Punch. You remember that first interview? Do you remember how Kid grew up? Remember how quiet? People don't know our history.
Yeah,
made it, brother, for real, for real.
Yeah,
this was a dream. We was laughing about it. Bill had his wacko moment on me. You was the one who promoted us. Most people don't realize that. That's why I had to circle back and do this interview. You was the one who promoted us. It wouldn't have been no Kid Austin and them out there if you didn't do what you did and Bill didn't do what he did. None of this would have been in motion. So I wanted to tell you thank you, because most of the fans don't know the originator of it all.
Let's go. Tell them. Yeah, man. I was talking about Kid before y'all hit the first debut. And then I did the interview with y'all after your first debut, your first fight. Yeah, I put that video over. He looked like a baby. He didn't even want to say. He couldn't even talk.
Remember, I used to have to sit in the interviews with him. That's how we got started like this, because he wouldn't talk.
Yeah.
So I had to sit in there, and that's how we blossomed from there. But it all started from your program. Yeah, and that's funny. That is real neat. And you were the only one who would give us an interview. People wouldn't even give us interviews then. I was begging people for an interview. And you put us on, and then Bill had his moment, and God had his way. So anyway,
and that came after. That came like three after 3 interviews or whatever like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he crashed. Bill, you crashed out on that one because you was giving mad props to him, and he came out of nowhere.
I think he was drunk.
I'm like, yo, and we like, yo, he giving you props. What's good with you?
I think he was drunk that day. He came in, and all I was doing was bigging his son up, saying how great Devin is, how much we learned. And Bill came in and started smashing on me.
Yeah, because you ain't talk about because you wasn't the one that talked about the sparring. He brought up the sparring when he like, hey, yo, you got up the sparring, and then that's when it emerged.
Yeah, he started making up shit saying Devin stopped Kid in one round, and it was like, who he stopped who? And that's what it went viral.
Yeah,
and from viral, that made Oscar start watching even more. And all of this spurred from that little seed, my belief in my son. And now we're here fighting for a world title and holding WBA titles already.
And could have fought for a world title that time when y'all could have fought Shakur Stevenson and your son fell ill. And
my son fell ill. Tell it like it is, goddamn. And I ain't hiding it no more. Because I'm not hiding it no more. No,
But y'all didn't run for the fight with the boy. Is the BBBC is the one that actually pulled y'all from the fight?
Yeah, because Floyd was in ICU. Because all he ate was room service. He never went out the room for that reason. And suddenly Molly and Xanax, he was spiked, and did not get the messages. They just spike your son, but say Xanax and Molly, and go check your son. I'm in the gym. I go upstairs to check my son. He messed up. We call a doctor up there. The doctor come. We rush him in an SUV with the doctor in the SUV with us. The British Border Commission doctor. This is fact. We rush him to ICU. They said they can't wait for an ambulance. A kid would die. And so that's why the British board pulled him out. And it's a fact. People could check. If I'd have got the toxicology reports, Turkey didn't do because we was in the hospital, and it's illegal in that country. They put people to death for that shit. So Turkey showed us grace. The prince showed us grace. They was very nice. But at that point in my life, I was traumatized. Somebody tried to wipe my son out. At that point, I seen all enemies. They trying to set us up. We got to sneak out because really we had to call in our cut man name to get to the airport because we were so paranoid. Like, yo, they just right here almost killed my son. So it's that serious. So all of this is true, or I would be in jail for defamation of character or some weird shit like that. So we asked for the Shakur fight after that. And Jay Prince made a video, said that ship sells. So we have to respect that. That's their manager. That's their decision. We never pulled out a Shakur fight. Floyd didn't get himself sick. Floyd didn't have a weight issue at all. Floyd steps on the scale 133, have not had a problem making weight, not one time ever. So people were just making up things. He was poisoned, and there's actual toxicology reports, even an independent one I had done here just to make sure everybody report was right. And it's the same exact thing the mole said was in his system. They said who did it. Like, I got all the proof, but why pursue that? My son is alive. God brought me my son. And my son came back with a desire like, yo, y'all tried to wipe me out. Now it's personal to everybody in that ring. So it worked.
But also to credit the marketing savviness of you is that you got the fight with Shakur Stevenson at a time where people didn't think that you could get that fight. Now you put yourself in position to get the fight with Gervonta Tank Davis when people didn't think that you're gonna get yourself in position and go through lawyers and attorneys to get the WBA to push for that fight. And let me say it like this, ladies and gentlemen, for the WBA to mandate, it takes forever. The WBA is one of those sanctioning bodies that they're more lenient to their champions. Yeah, I remember even back, and I said this story when I was talking about when the WBA just ordered the fight, and I did a short video about it, and I said, yo, remember when Keith Von Thurman beat Diego Chavez 2013? He was supposed to be the mandatory to Paulie Malignaggi. He was supposed Paulie Malignaggi fought Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner fought Maidana. Maidana fought Floyd. Floyd got elevated as super champion, so Floyd could not fight the mandatory and Keith Thurman. The rematch of Maidana, then Floyd Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao. Then Floyd Mayweather still dodged Keith Thurman and fought Berto. That man was a mandatory waiting since 2013 to get an opportunity.
He needed me as his manager. Most of these managers don't know what they're doing.
But you know why it was? Remember, Floyd and Thurman had the same manager, Al Heyman. So it was
that could be a problem. So you're saying that's a Zuffa situation?
I gotta see where
that's what that is. Then the same manager is almost like the same. Now they all under that same thing. They got the same manager, promoter, belt, this. So is it the same thing now?
Maybe, could be, maybe.
That's why I'm glad we work for ourselves. We across the street. We dictate who we want to fight, how we want to fight. All our promoter work for us. They get a percentage out of our check. All they can do is give their opinion and get us to fight.
True.
They say no. So it's like, when you work for yourself, you're the boss. Like
True.
Everybody I made a deal with, them, the zone, I signed them. They didn't sign me. So it's like, it's a different
partners.
game. Right. It's a different ball game when you sit on this side of the table. A lot of people sit as employees. So they got bosses. They got to say what people want them to say. They got to jump through hoops like they have to do. That ain't with us like that. Like even Ford or Old Spice or these major things that kid got yearly contracts with, they respect that we're going to bring it the way we bring it, us at our table,
How did the promotional company get the news? When the news was out there, what did you have the conversation with Golden Boy Promotions, and how did they? Because I haven't heard nobody in Golden Boy
involved. I mean, Golden Boy lawyer, my lawyer talked to Golden Boy's lawyer. When you talk to business, it ain't personal. Me and Oscar friends. I love Oscar to death, but business has nothing to do with friendship. In no way, shape, or fashion. And when it comes to something that deep, like people violating a federal law, the Ali Act, then it comes into lawyers get into play. And And that's who had to sort that out because we knew the law. We knew the law. We knew the bylaws of the WBA. We knew we was right 100%. So what could they say? Whether our promoter got online and said, I don't think Kid is ready, it don't matter who think what. The federal law say Tank is giving us that fight of vacating. And I think that if Thurman manager would have knew that, the Ali Act, he wouldn't have been sitting there that long because he could have just went to a federal judge and had all that done, you know.
But you know, if he was under the same manager, they're like, yo, don't worry, just because they got the same manager. So let's say I could be like, don't worry.
So that makes Shakur and Keyshawn then, or Mason, Keyshawn, and Shakur.
Well, you know that the Shakur and Keyshawn is they won't fight each other because they're brothers.
But now they all got the same manager, so you think it would be the same situation. Either way, that's why I call it the boxing protection program over there.
I mean, I don't like that friend. I think it's too much. Like I do. I'm a fan of Shakur as well. I like his skills and talent, but it's like, okay, you're not gonna fight Richard Hitchens. He's your friend. You're not gonna fight Keyshawn Davis. He's your friend.
They're not friends. Fuck all that. A friend is gonna make bread together. If we can make 20 million together, so what? You might knock me out real fast. We're gonna do this. We're gonna feed our families. I ain't gonna kill you in there, but we're gonna rock. We're gonna put on a good show. That's a friend. How you gonna have me out here fighting for peanuts? Like $1,500,000, and you Shakur Stevenson. I can have me a $20 million, $15 million fight with you. You're my friend. You know, you're my brother. So why are we not at that table sitting here to masterminding this together? We might have us a trilogy and walk away with a good 40, 50 each. We brothers. We could sit here and talk about this shit.
Facts.
That's bullshit. They ain't friends. A real friend would have sat there ready and say, yo, how can we make 100 million off of this together?
Or maybe Shakur's son and Davis. Because think about it. If they could get, what was it? Arguably, Shakur got 8 to 10 million and Tio got 8 to 10 million. Imagine what Shakur and Keyshawn Davis could do. You could give your boy 5 to 6, 7 millions. Turkey out shaking like Keyshawn Davis too. So I think Davis has to be the one to be like, hey, yo, man, I want to fight you.
But right now they don't need it. I mean, they got one of the best managers besides myself. They got one of the best managers in the business. I mean, he was Floyd's manager. He's been around forever. He know all the tricks of the game and entertainment because he had a regular, got one of the real ones. And I actually looked up to him because I watched how he moved, and that kind of taught me how to move in a sense. So he was a mentor without him knowing he's a mentor. And I brought Kid to him first to manage, but he turned us down.
Damn.
Yeah, but I bet you now he wish he took that. Yeah, they got one of the best managers, so they don't really need to fight each other now. Like Shakur, he about to sign $100 million deal. That's because they're manager. They got one of the greatest in the business.
Or was it Devin Haney that said $100 million? I think Bill.
No, whatever they're gonna work out. If Devin got $100 million, if you think Jay Prince ain't gonna get $100 million off of something, y'all don't know Mr. Prince. He's smart at what he do. So that's the only reason. That I think they don't have to fight each other. I believe,
and I like that. Like Peter, I see a lot of people making videos about it, be like, "Oh, he ain't gonna get 100 million." I think if 100 million, but yet is attached to the names of all the matches that we want to see, it could reach 100 million.
100 million ain't shit, and this is what the slave mind, because they sitting there as employees. Get on the other side of the business. If they gave you 100 million, how much did they make? How much you think they made if they gave them 100 million? And they're not giving them 100 million for one fight. They're giving them 100 million for maybe a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
3-4 fights. So they paid you 25 million that fight. But even on gambling, how much you think they're gonna make on just the gambling alone? So it's like, yo, y'all, this is $1 trillion business. Boxing is $1 trillion business. But all the boxers die and retire broke. So where's this money going? So they giving them crumbs 100 million and people celebrating. And I'm sitting there looking like, yo, man, these guys are slow. Like these
let people talking about Floyd Mayweather losing 174 million. So that Floyd shit could go like this.
300 million a fight. Floyd showed y'all independently. He was making 300 million. He showed y'all the check. 100 million. And these guys are bragging off of making 100 million for a couple of fights. They going backwards like it's slavery. They're not. Floyd Mayweather showed this is here. Kids supposed to go higher than that, not worse than that. So now y'all celebrating, Shakur or Devin got $100 million 3-year deal. Floyd had a $300 million fight. Like, so I don't give people logic, but you gotta own your shit to sit at the table and say, yo, I want some of the broadcasting money. I want some of the sponsorships that's on the ring. I want some of that money. I want some of the door. I want some of the concession stand. You got to be you got to be an owner. You can't go on as an employee.
Parking lot.
Most of those guys are employees. So Kid is on a different side because Kid own his shit. Kid own his image. So when it broadcasts, he got to get a royalty because y'all playing his likeness. These guys don't even own their image or their name. So it's like, it is what it is. We the masterpiece of this shit right now. And
I used to do these shows about the contracts, but and I'm like, fighters, I'm about to do it live. I'm gonna go through shit that look like this. You know how to let me see. You see that? That's in the contract, folks. Market athlete and all media and all connections therewith to approve and a permit for the purpose of trade, advertising, publicity, the use of dissemination, reproduction, and publication of athletes' name, likeness, voice, and image.
And if you don't own that, once
they own
that image and likeness because you don't own it.
And that's why when you were saying that in the interview, and I'm like, man, I try to school even fighters. They look at me like with a drunk with a mic. But they know I've helped a couple fighters, and even them motherfuckers, I'm not gonna say their name right now, but them motherfuckers is snakes as well. It's like, there's fighters that don't want to be helped. You just like you said, they're gonna carry the little bonus advance money. If it's $10,000 to sign, if it's $20,000 or $20,000 to sign, or $25,000, that's it. That's what they're going for.
Is that crazy?
And they sell their soul for that.
Some of them don't got no choice. Some don't have a choice, but the ones that do, they just got to start reading. They better learn the Ali Act. That's the protection for boxers. That's the protection so the sanctioning bodies can't manipulate the ranking. Most of these fighters competing and wondering why I'm not ranked, right? Why I'm not, because you're not taking the shit to court. These guys have rules of how they're supposed to be ranking. They can't just pick somebody and throw them up there. I wish I was number 2 in the WBO when they jumped Mason ass up to number 1. We would have all been in court because they violated the federal law there against the Ali Act. They would have had to go to court and justify how did this guy move up that from 155. And now you got a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. So it would have been a whole different ball game, but people don't know. They got to learn the Ali Act. That's the foundation of it all, and then learn contracts.
You know what it is also, that there is puppet managers and the promoters as well. Like you guys are not puppets. That's why I like Keith Connolly. Mm-hmm. These promoters are mad at Keith Connolly because he's not a puppet manager. You're not a guy that's gonna be like, do this for a guy, and I got you another guy, and they really work for the promoter, acting like they're working for the fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's too many relationships that they don't want to, because they have the belief of fighters come and go, so they got to keep their business intact. And that's why I remember going. I'm not going outside of, but you're gonna understand this, the Virgil T situation, and I'm like, Virgil, handle your business, stand like a fighter, because in the end of the day, Golden Boy gonna be making money. They got other fighters, they got other shows to make. Rick Majorian got other fighters, he's gonna be making money. The only one that's gonna stay in the shelf is you. Your career is gonna be on hold, but nobody's career is gonna be on hold here. Not the promotional company, not the manager. So you gotta put your foot down and take control of that situation as well.
That pretty much these managers, they worrying about their other fighters that they're gonna bring in, so they want a relationship.
Exactly.
So I understand exactly what you're talking about.
Look at Maury Jones. He just fought. Who's his manager?
I don't know who Maury.
Rick.
Who?
Rick. Virgil T's manager.
Oh,
so what I'm saying.
Floyd, come bring me a stitcher cord and a plug. My computer died. Right. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is that they, like you were saying, I'm just piggybacking on what you're saying. They need managers like you that don't care about what the promoter feel, what the sanctioning body feel. You're gonna go with the rules. If you ain't going by the rules, we're going to challenge what y'all doing.
Well, their manager needs to be their daddy or somebody that really loved them above the money, because these people could be brought. Because a manager only make it 20%. He not eating that much. Somebody slide him, $5 million, $4 million. Everybody got a price, unless it's your family member that ain't letting it happen to you. So a lot of these people need trustworthy people. Yeah, you gotta get a plug to plug into their. But that's right, and they better learn. All of them better learn. Coaches better learn if they're gonna protect these fighters. Of what, man, these guys getting raped, punch. They getting raped. They leaving so much money. I'm out here eating. They shouldn't have let a hustler in the game. I'm out here with so many damn plates. Oh my God.
Those are the only people that eat in boxing. Is hustlers.
For real.
That's just a gangster's playground. If you don't got that savviness and you don't got a great attorney, if you ain't a shark, you're gonna get eaten alive in boxing.
Yo, they gotta stick with the same rules like if you're hustling on the block. First thing you gotta get, instead of jail bail money, you gotta get the lawyer.
Yep.
Yo, I don't care whatever advance they give you, you better go cop you a lawyer for real. Because they're gonna challenge you, they're gonna lowball you, they're gonna try to get over on you, because that's what promoters is like pimps. They got the boxers out on the street is the hoes.
It's the pimp and hoe game.
Come back and bring all the money back to these promoters, and it's so backwards. That is backwards, because the money's supposed to go to the boxer, and the promoter take 25% of that. Let me tell you the game. The promoters will get licensing money, sponsorship money, all the other money that the boxers don't know. So they get a boxer purse. Here, you take a $50,000. They sign for this. But they never thought about the Ali Act, where the promoter's supposed to disclose how much money they making, so that you can negotiate your deal. That's part of the Ali Act. How they got y'all sign a contract, you don't even know how much they made the last fight. It's the law, they supposed to give it to you. You got to know your market value. But these fighters out here fighting for peanuts, and these promoters making millions and laughing at them because they gave peanuts. Oh, don't worry, I ain't taking about 25% out. But they're not telling you, yeah, because I made $1 million over here off of you already. But especially if you're the main event and you don't know, you don't have no documentations, they didn't see you nothing that the law requires that you have. So anyway, these managers don't know the business. These dudes signing with people that's acting like managers, because anybody could get $100 to get a license. Say, I'm a boxing manager. I've been around boxing this long. They don't know shit. So anyway,
that's facts.
I'm looking for another fighter. I'm gonna sign another fighter to help, because somebody that really wanted, because a lot of these fighters is in dead water right now.
Yo, give me top five. And I'm saying the top five because the ranking system is, in my opinion, is rigged. I have a lot too many belts. I think there's a lot of belt holders, but is there really champions? There's belt holders, but are they really champions? Who you think is the top five official? Forget the ranking, forget the belts. Top five official fighters in the sport of boxing outside of your son. Top five official.
You got Tank Davis. He's a shark, for real. You got Kamel, Mark, the Kamel dude. He's going to be something serious. Floyd grabbed him up for a reason. I watched this kid in the amateurs, something serious. Mason don't want no problems with him. Trust me on that. Anyway, then you have Kid. You have Mason. If there's a way that
I
they
like
Mason, but I'm not going to tell what they could do, because Mason might face Floyd. But there's something you could do for Mason body that could help Mason scientifically, but right now they don't know it. So Mason punch level would never be correct to take punches from Floyd. But besides Floyd and Kamel, Mason will run through all the rest of them, even Shakur and all of them. Mason will beat them. And that's the only ones that I see of this generation. I wait coming through. You could put a Vargas in there, but he still got more to do.
Xander Zayas says Xander Zayas too.
Xander Zayas is something serious, and this gonna show. Floyd used to spawn Xander's. We shared the ring with him too. But the thing is, it's like, sometimes these guys could get comfortable. If Xander don't get comfortable, he'll be all right. But if he get comfortable, then you never know.
The thing let's say with Abdullah Mason, they criticize him, but what they criticize him I actually like about. He goes out there and fight. He gives us what we always say we want fighters to do. And then when he get clipped or whatever, oh man, he needs to fight. Then we set examples like, well, you need to be like a Shakur, he needs to fight. yo, do you want to see entertainment? Because a guy that's gonna entertain, he's gonna get clipped, he's gonna get hit. I remember when character was something about that we acknowledge as boxing fans. Getting dropped. We seen fighters get dropped back in the days all day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They get, but we admire the character that they get right back up and they win the fight. So the thing about Abdullah Mason, he's young. So yeah, he's what, 22, 21. He's gonna have them wrinkles. Let them grow. He's not a finished product. But what I see thus far, I love because I could see the upside. Just like your son in the championship rounds of that other fight where he got dropped. Oh, then, bro, he got back up. He fought with the cut. So right now, okay, if Kid gets a cut, he already experienced how to fight with a cut. He already experienced that. He already experienced getting back from the ground. He already experienced knocking somebody else fast. He already experienced trying to adjust and win a decision. So he already experienced a lot of things that fighters still. We don't know how a fighter that gets cut is going to react with that cut.
Right.
There's some fighters there that still haven't got cut. How is Shakur Stevenson going to react if he got a cut that he can't see over one eye? How's he going to act? How he's going to act? Because
he's going to play dirty like we seen him do in the ring. What he do when he get hurt. So we seen all of them already. But Mason is a good fighter. I like Mason. Mason is a dog. He just came at the wrong time. If he'd have came at another time, he might have been the number one man. But right now he got two wolves out here, and one, luckily one went up all the way up to 147 because he was in discipline. But you got this wolf out here, and Mason just came at the wrong time. Him and Shakur.
That would be the biggest fight if y'all beat Tank. That's the biggest fight.
Not if. When we beat Tank, no.
I know you was gonna say that. You know I gotta keep it.
That's what I'm saying. Let me tell you, it's funny when people try to blackball you because God has a way of doing things. Yo, let me tell you, you already know the situation. It's funny that Psalms 23 talk about God preparing a table in the presence of your enemies, thine anointed your head with oil, your cup runneth over. That's what we live in right now. We see our enemies, what all of them is going through that touch God's servant. I'm talking about from Saudi Arabia right now. That war, the economy is going crazy. Snack guy died. This. Not saying Snack guy was involved, but the people that was going at this, they're going through something right now. But you know, these guys ain't like y'all think they are. Mason ain't gonna do nothing. Him and Floyd ain't gonna be in the fight because they're not gonna take it.
Boxing Professor with the $5 super chat says, yo, Papa Sco, what assures us that if Tank agrees to fight, that y'all ain't pulling out?
I don't gotta assure y'all shit. Why would I assure y'all shit? Like I gotta pay the 6 figures for the camp. What the fuck I care about? When a kid pull out, I lose money. So what you mean we're assure y'all?
See, that's what people don't understand. And especially if it goes to a purse bid too for fighters. The promotional company don't have to pay no damn camp fee.
That's what people don't understand. This shit costs a lot of money. It ain't no.
That's 6 digits right there. Real camp is 6 digits.
More than what some people make a year. They're men make together. So you know, you can't assure nobody in boxing. Because in sparring, they practice and fight, and they fighting for 12 to 15 rounds. You can't promise that somebody won't get hurt while they practicing to get ready for the fight.
That's what people gotta also understand as well. The camp fee of this level will cost Kid Austin $250,000.
Yeah, about that, because the sparring partners want a lot, and they got to bring their teams, and they need rooms, food per diems, all that way to get back and forth, and you got to rotate them in. So you're gonna need about 4 or 5 of them, and they got to be A level because Tank is A level. So you're spending about $200,000 for this camp, just on sparring partners, food, and lounging.
And I said 250 because it is the biggest fight with Tank, so it has to be probably the most expensive camp.
Yeah, we don't get nothing from no promoter because we contractors. We work for ourselves, so everything got to come out of our pocket.
So I understand the people in YouTube in the comment section. Trust me, a fighter's not pulling now if they don't got to. That's why you see certain fighters fight sick and fight hurt and fight all of this. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody said you already pulled out of 2 big fights. But isn't that amazing that I got 2 big fights? Look how good I am independently. All I'm saying is y'all busy talking about that shit instead of witnessing greatness. Y'all dropping the crumbs I'm leaving for y'all because y'all on some dumb shit. Yeah, I got 2 big fights, but as a 53-year-old, I got those big fights just with a phone, just with the internet. I'm showing y'all the new age of marketing where you don't need a promoter to put on big fights and make 7 figures. Independent. My son, like I said, my son didn't fight nobody, but he's still making 7 figures. I must be great.
Kid Austin will be the ATI anti-tank weapon. High low.
I totally agree, High Low. You right, brother. You right.
Yeah,
I wish I could tell y'all. I wish I could tell y'all what I know, but I gotta wait till after the fight and say, I told y'all it's gonna be easy. This is what I knew. The science of boxing, there's a catalog of fighters that fought like Tank Davis. There's a lot of them that got beat, and all of them got beat the same way, fighting just like Tank Davis. So I'll tell y'all about it when we done.
Boxing professor with $5 super chat says, "Your Papa's go when Tank puts a kid on the canvas. Oh, we don't want to hear no stories because we all know he only got punches chance. Oh, keep that same energy up.
You know what? And I respect that boxing professor, but let me educate you on something, Mr. Professor. Kid won when he stepped in that ring. $4 million. His kids don't have to work ever again. House paid for, business done. He made it. He made it as a man. He avoided what most men gonna have to do for 30 years, then retire broke. His money gonna be making money because this just one fight. If he got knocked on the canvas, would anybody be shocked? And he still walk out with $4 million and live to fight another day for more millions. So you don't understand when you break a generational curses. You don't care about this man in front of you. God didn't program you with fear. You go in that ring, you do what you got to do for your family. You make it out safely. You can hug your kids. You do this for your kids. So all that canvas shit don't mean nothing to us. We making sure our kids don't have to do this.
Why they be mad though? Why people be mad at y'all? Like I think we should be a little bit frustrated with Gervonta Tank-Davis. They haven't been back in the ring yet. Why they taking it out on? Wait. Why they taking it out on you? That you got your son.
Because they haven't had a dad.
To the WBA order.
But
for the WBA, you got the WBA to order the Tank fight. Why people getting mad? Why people getting mad at you, frustrated at you for?
You want some real shit? Because our people is not used to greatness. Our people not used to one of our own kind coming through saying, fuck the system. I'm going to show y'all how to do this independently. They not telling me what to do. God gave me a power and his ability as a God to manifest what I want. They not used to seeing God in their presence. That could say 4 years ago when I was sitting there telling you everything that was going to happen and it's happening. They not used to God. So when they see that, of course, they got to go against it because that's what the spirit want to program them against that.
We want to see a downfall. That's what it is. It's a culture.
They want the downfall. They want the bad. They want the evil. You can't see the good. A dad brought his son from homelessness, that God guided them, and every step of the way they came to this. You can't see the blessing in that. You can't see how many people I employ now. From a homeless man, and I got employees that families depend off of me and they eat all on a regular basis. And I'm still making 7 figures as a kid that was dropped off at a shelter. Me and my son had that thing. So wasn't supposed to even be here. So people not used to seeing God in real form.
Shout out to Ramirez. A real Tank fan knows that Kid Austin is for sure a real threat. He's hungry. He's young. I love Tank, but he gets hit also. And Kid got great skills just like Tank. I don't know what is going on, y'all. Weird. It's true, bro. I like sometimes I mean, fan base is gonna be fan bases, but I don't understand how anybody gets mad at Kid, his dad, this situation, like. I don't even look. I like Tank, but it got to the point where it's hard even for me to vouch for Tank. I don't know when he back in the ring. I don't know what he doing. I know what he gonna do next. How's he sustaining the interest? You know, with even if you a Tank fanboys, Tank. How are you sustaining your interest right now? You don't know. He don't even do nothing on social media. He don't give us nothing. So. Man, y'all should be happy that Floyd Schofield, Kid Austin pushed the envelope so they could get Tank out of the damn gym or something.
Yeah, somebody gave you a money comment, and I want to address this. Put this on screen. Probably because somebody want their little minute of fame. You know they gotta say this little clown name to get a minute of fame. Papa Skull, are you gonna hypnotize Kid before the fight, like Coach Malachi said? I don't hypnotize Kid before a fight, like any coach that don't coach nobody says. My son was hypnotized as a kid, so that he's not consciously in the ring. When he stepped in the ring, a spirit take over, the subconscious take over. So no, I don't have to start it before. As soon as he stepped in the ring, it automatically kick in. That's what happened with a year versus hypnotizing, because I developed the product. But you know, these coaches and other things won't understand what developing a product like this, because they never did that. These guys haven't had one guy they developed from nothing to make them a world champion or any type of champion. So when they mention people, they're not even in my caliber. They shouldn't even be mentioned in my circle. Like, it's like, come on now. People don't understand God. These people said I wouldn't make it. Let me tell you, the same people that they talk about, and take his damn name down. I didn't want his damn name up there. These same people, they wanted my downfall. They wanted my downfall, people.
Put it this, and my brother, hey, yo, boxing professor, and now you take that answer and you send a super chat over there and say, this is what he said on Punch Drunk Boxing.
It don't matter. I said it on his shit. I said it on that guy's shit when I told him fuck him, that he's a coward. But I'm not living that up. That was the past, so nobody could say he came to Punch Drunk, said this. I said it on the dude on stage.
I'm just saying.
And it ain't no disrespect to the brother, because you learn to forgive people when you're walking on the journey that I'm on. Because I got to see God, you know, I got to meet God in Saudi Arabia. So I'm not the same person that they seen when I was cursing this Coach Malachi out. Because you forgive people and you move past them. He jumped off the boat. Now look at my boat. I'm eating real well. So the same people that crossed me, they sit on the sidelines. Because God, I didn't cross them. So God is still giving us favor, because I never done nothing wrong to none of these people. None of them. So
shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? No problem on here, no problem, everybody. Low Boogie said, a shame they gave Kid Austin the Scoville overseas.
They didn't give him the Scoville. I already cleared it up what they poisoned him with. It's documented fact. They really tried to murder my son overseas. It is what it is. Boxing is a dirty business. You're playing for hundreds of millions. Like,
is that a thing, the Scoville? They say you got the Scoville, so now they got a name for the stick.
What the Scoville is,
because I think they try to put COVID and the Scoville.
I don't feed into that nonsense, because a fact is a fact. But the hospital says what it is. So when you try to create something, that's stupidity now. That's false. It is what it is. They tried to poison this young man, and he still rose to the occasion, now having another title shot while he was being blackballed. So it don't matter. We here.
High Low said the Iron Tight Tank is coming. Good looking out with a $2 super chat, my brother. High Low since day one.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So
it's a good fight. I don't know.
It's a great fight.
Waiting that a young man bust his ass to get to this point to fight a world champion. Like,
but since y'all got that gap of negotiating, has negotiating started, or everybody's on vacation weekend?
It ain't no vacation over here. Mate, soon as WBA said what they want, I put it in motion. The days are counting down. This is what I want. Let's go send a contract.
So it's motion already. The other side guy is already in motion.
Yeah. What is there to not be in motion? They go to purse bid. I'm still gonna make damn near the same amount that I'm asking for. So what the fuck it matter? Because it's going to purse bid. If you don't vacate the belt, the law gonna send it to purse bid. The WBA gonna send it to purse bid, and I'm still gonna make my millions. So send a contract.
But you said you hoping it won't go. You hoping it won't go to purse bid,
because then you don't eat off the back end. You don't eat the pay-per-view sales. You don't eat the broadcasting premiums. You don't eat the back end money if it went to purse bid. So that's why you don't want to go to purse bid. But Tank, it's a good fight.
It's a good. I think it's a perfect fight. It's a perfect fight. It's questions on Tank, and I think when there's questions, it anticipates the fight more. Well, Tank, we haven't seen him in years. A comeback fight. Look how he performed versus Lamar Roach. Is he still dangerous? Is the layoff going to take? So the questions, and it has more anticipation. Kid Austin coming from a knockout. And people, the Tevin Farmer could have been the tune-up for a Tank. Southpaw as well. It could have been a tune-up for a Tank. So it has anticipation and questions.
You see it? You see why I picked the Tevin fight? And I also picked the JoJo fight, but Floyd messed up his hand just to get him ready for Tank. This has been masterminded the whole time. I'm telling y'all with my Tank number, I done masterminded this for years. If y'all thought I got all the way here and say my son gonna knock out Tank and I ain't gonna live that out, y'all don't know me then.
And then people just paying attention to the action, what happened in the ring, the first round knockout. But it's the weeks and months of preparation that now y'all going to another camp and preparing to something a similar. And I'm not gonna say that Tank is, but is a similar type of. You could say IQ, because Tevin Farmer does have an IQ as well, you know, and he's defensively sound. So imagine the sparring and the preparation you have for Tevin Farmer, leading to another camp, going into a Gervonta Davis. You know, I think he's highly prepared for a Tank. I think Floyd right now is more prepared for a Tank than Tank coming out the Lamar Roach more prepared for a kid.
No, Tank is ready. Tank
even when they show in the video,
2 months. Tank been at the camp a month and a half now.
And that's what I was gonna say too, because I seen people just he's dancing with the white chick, and then now he's but if you look at his body, it look like he in shape.
He been in camp.
Look like he in shape.
He showed his food. He showed his food, that his meal prep food and stuff like that on his own page. That man in camp. We're not worried about Tank. It would be a good fight, but we're not worried about him.
Yeah. As a fighter, I don't. As a fighter, Tank ain't dumb. He could be unmotivated, but Tank is a smart fighter. That's the only thing. Is Tank motivated?
We gotta answer some of your people questions before I gotta go on another 15.
Yo, any question? They
letting them go there. Can you please tell me the name of the poison? The name of the poison I already told him is Xanax and Molly. All Floyd ordered was room service, so I had to come through room service.
I don't think. Let me see. They got statements. That's what I'm saying. I can't. They got the statement. Tank, E, and Mike, and likes at the moment. I don't think people want to see Kid lose. They just want to see your reaction to him losing. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, because any hate that your son gets towards because of you.
That means I did my job as a promoter. Isn't that what boxing is about? Floyd, when he was fighting Oscar, he became the bad guy and the talking and all doing all of this to sell the fight. That makes the fight bigger. People want to see, I love Kid, but daddy need to get shut up. So I'm ordering this damn fight.
So think about that's weird. It's a whole nother level now. Because now, let's say people wanted to see Floyd Mayweather. If people wanted the fans that didn't like Floyd Mayweather, they wanted to see Floyd Mayweather lose to see him lose. We ain't never said, or people never said, I want to see Floyd Mayweather lose because I want to see how Leonard Ellerbe gonna react. I want to see how his father gonna react. I want to see how Al Heyman, if he's gonna come out the woodwork, out being a ghost, how he's gonna react. It's always about the fighter, but now they want to see your son lose to see how you gonna react.
But that, like I told you, that's what I learned. That's what I learned at Universal when I was at A&R, how you get in tune with people's emotions and feelings. That's how music control people. And it's an A&R that developed the artists. We know how to tap into the people.
Bro, that's crazy.
So I got them all at the tip of their seats. Some gonna be rooting for him because some people root for the underdog. Some gonna be wanting his daddy to get beat. Some gonna want to see Tank. That's a mega pay-per-view fight.
Like, well, if my son was in boxing, and me and my loud mouth, man, I think I'd be the most hated dude in boxing. Because I'll be pumping my son like he's a second coming of Christ.
He's supposed to. That's
right?
what a dad's job is. A dad's supposed to, when his son don't even have courage in himself, the dad's supposed to give him courage and break the barriers and go ahead, son, you got it. Even with training wheels, when they take off the training wheels on the bike, the dad's the one who push, go ahead, and encourage.
Yeah, people got to find another angle. If y'all reason that y'all want to see Can lose is to see a reaction of Schofield Sr., That's why y'all want to see him lose? Come on, man. Y'all gotta be come on. I gotta be better than that.
It's the moonshine. Wars are no longer won with tanks. What do you mean?
I don't know. What you mean, hello, Mr. Moonshine? Wars are no longer won with tanks. I think maybe he means that you can't vouch for Tank at the moment anymore. You can't debate Tank fans because Tank is not active. He hasn't been in the ring for a year.
Year and a half.
Year and a half.
He's been his number one mandatory for a year.
So what? So even though, I mean, the only thing right now I can say about Tank is skillfully one of my favorite fighters. Skillfully, I like Tank. I think boxing does need Tank.
Right.
I think that Tank does need his loyal fan base as well. You know,
right.
I think he got a support, loyal fan base. I think that's good as well. You know what I'm saying? That we got loyal support fan base.
Right.
That speaks highly about what he's done in the ring, his presence. And Tank also brings money into the table, which brings money to his opponent as well. So Tank in boxing, I think, is good. I wish he could be more active. But I also listen to what Tank be saying that people don't take it into consideration. Like people like to say when they see the videos or whatever of his actions, right? But prior to the Lamar Roach fight, all he's saying is, I want therapy.
Because he's rich now.
But what I'm saying, he's saying
when you're rich now, you're around a whole different environment, like him with the white girls. When you worth $40 million, just your bankers alone is different. And the compounding interest you're making on your money, where you're making millions a year of money you can spend. So now the rooms you're in is different. So you come from the hood where you're not used to making this. You have a Ryan fight and these other fights. Now he's sitting in a room with bankers, accountants, and everything else, people in business suits. So it changes his mind. Now the aggression that he thought he had, like me, I go to therapy every Friday now. That aggression we had, we can't have that in these rooms. Mm. You know, we can't walk in the room and not trust everybody, because in the hood, we carry guns and couldn't trust everybody that might run up. You can't do that and have that energy when you're going in the room with people that meditate all damn day because they got nothing else to do because they filthy fucking rich and just investors. You know, they'll feed on your energy and peep that and like, yo, I'm not feeling this person vibe. So I understand Tank saying he want to clean all this up and y'all probably would catch him on an island somewhere. The man is rich. He don't have to fight no more.
Yeah, true. And what I'm saying also is that people, when you see a fighter trying to better himself, all right, people want to clown him that he wanted to turn Muslim. They clown him his name, they clown him, but he's trying to find spirituality. They clown him that he want to help therapy. Yeah, clowned him. Oh no, get in the ring, fight this one. I'm like, yo, I don't want to go to therapy because I might lose my killer instinct, right? But he's trying to seek therapy, but when there's something outside of the sport of boxing, outside of the ring, that he couldn't handle his temper. You see, but man, sometimes when somebody's saying something out loud, is that they're seeking for help. But you notice in boxing, when a fighter says something like therapy or something like that, is that you weak, you a pussy. Remember Ryan Garcia, he pulled out of a fight because he wanted to seek for his mental state. And people clowned him. Oh, you ducking this one. Same thing with Jamal Charlo on the WBC trying to help him because of his mental state. Oh, he's scared to fight this one. He's scared to fight that one. Then when you see a fighter that his mind ain't right and he does, and people see the actions, oh, this guy needs help. Yeah, but when he was saying he needed help, you motherfuckers was laughing at him.
Even when Mike Tyson, it happened even back in Mike Tyson days, when Mike Tyson and Robert, when his wife came out and they were trying to say he needed help. You know, and he crashed the car into the tree, and they say they could not identify because at this point, y'all a product to these people. Y'all not a person.
I always thought that fighters do need a therapy, like every fighter, because I feel like every fighter to a point is like bipolar.
Give a fighter therapy. If you give a fighter therapy, you eliminate the fighter. Because a person got to be crazy to go in that ring and want to punch somebody in their head and put them in a coma. They can't be of love. That ain't what God say, love your neighbor. And I can say that now from this side of things. So you gotta be crazy or fucking demon to go in there and train 8 weeks to try to and have the will to go in there to kill this person if you have to celebrate and people raise you up as a hero for causing harm on somebody else just to satisfy their evil nature. So
not everybody got you though.
Once you get the therapy, you learn to look within. and you learn that the patterns that that your parents taught you is all those insecurities, all this stuff came from the past. So now you're gonna eliminate all of that. You're gonna become a different individual. You're not gonna be the same fighter if you get therapy.
Well, I think when people hear, like men, when we hear therapy, we hear it's more towards the negative than the positive. Well, men historically heard therapy. You say therapy in the 90s, therapy, me? What the fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, I do feel, because I always ask this question of fighters, how hard it is to turn it off after the camp and after the fight, and now you gotta go back home to your kids, to your woman. Now you gotta turn off that killer instinct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How do you, and most of the fighters that I asked, they said it will take weeks, it'll take months. I've asked their wives, and they'll be like, I'll leave them alone for a while. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. Like, how
they didn't have the right.
That's why I said, see, your son got you. Your son got you where he could. But if you're not there and he's just around, just a regular manager, just a regular trainer that he pays, and now they go home, and now he needs to go home by himself and now gather everything at still at a young age, but he's been built to have that killer instinct.
He's still gonna have it because he was hypnotized. People don't understand it. And people would think it's weird if you talk about voodoo or talk about our first religion as a people on this earth. Before Christianity came, before a Bible was ever invented, before Islam was invented, there was a religion that invented way before then, and it dealt with spirituality. When they looked up to the sky and worshiped the sun, and they knew how to control the elements of this earth, a gift that people forgot. So when Kid go in that ring, Kid not in that ring. Kid get back in that ring once that final belt in and that spirit leave, then Kid come back. Watch some of the fights and look at Kid eyes. Kid even said in the interviews, I don't know what's going on in that ring. I remember after an interview one time, Kid said, I thought this was the third round because Kid not in the ring.
He's so much in,
the hypnotizer shut the conscience off. That's the whole thing of why I had him hypnotized. And he got programmed listening to this stuff. You a killer. Nobody can stop you. Hearing animals. And from a kid as he slept. So the subconscious cut off and this animal come out. And that's what happens. And that's the science of having him hypnotized. He don't have that fear. He could shut it right off when he get out the ring because he never was in there. So people just don't understand the science of it. And I believe Kid, when he get in that ring, but he's going to show people a whole different thing, and they'll understand it then.
Yeah, bro. So
I want to get ready to go, brother.
I know.
Stretch. I need to be on the interview.
Do your thing, man. Thank you again, man. Thank you again for showing the love. Thank you again for updating us with the mandatory.
Oh, I got exclusive. And thank you, real fast. Thank you for putting us on. Much respect, brother. And I wanted to come up here to tell you that you are the originator. And they don't understand that. So to us, you the biggest media podcast out there. Even from what we went through, we still here with you. And I sent the letter to Turkey.
Oh, yeah?
I sent the letter to Turkey through my man Sam, who works at Zufa.
Okay.
To try to make amends with Turkey.
All right.
To put
that's a good move.
And everything else. Because I don't need nothing from that man. Just I would like, the forgiveness. Forgive my brother forgive me, and we go our separate ways because I don't need their table. But just in general, I want to be at peace with everybody, man.
Yeah,
I want people to actually miss me. Not say I hated that motherfucker. Yeah. Mama Schofield, auntie, man. Nobody.
That's the righteous thing to do.
Somebody gave you another question before I left. Right,
fights are won with young weapons will be epic. Good looking at Hilo.
Hilo, you losing me, brother. Young weapons, what you mean, young fighters as weapons, or young weapons?
He's a philosopher. He goes deep in stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to ride with him. I'm in the car with him trying to understand this. So I'm going to stay around a couple seconds because I want to see how he's going to respond. All right. And there we go. And people could cheer for Tank. Tank is an amazing fighter. I'm cheering for Tank too. We chased up here to fight him, and we want to fight him before he retire. So we love Tank the same way y'all do.
Rap Star Boxing Knowledge, the voice of the UK, London, bruv. It's good.
Oh my God, we haven't. You was around way back. You wasn't he on the interview too? It was us, him,
No, it was
him,
what with that interview with you and Bill.
Bill Haney,